7. A big heads up here for folks out there that use Snap EBT system. It's apparently down at this point, and I'm getting a ton of emails and people that are pretty ticked off saying that they are getting rejected in terms of their orders. I've heard everything from people on their birthday, having their birthday getting ruined, not being able to get their food that they could pay for. I've had others say that they've heard of friends that were at the grocery store, had carts full of groceries, and then get shut down and told the system's down nationwide. And when we go over here to Down Detector, we can see when looking at the map that there are reports popping up all across the country. Many different cities. We see in the comments down there below on Down Detector, Indiana, Ohio, Maine, Oklahoma. I mean, it's just widespread across the board. So I wanted to let folks know this is a major issue that's ongoing right now. If you're looking to go out, purchase food or goods with Snap EBT, do know they're having major issues. I'll continue to update on this as I get more information. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and hit that subscribe button and bell notification for more. This has been Dabu7. Much love.
All right, shalom, shalom. And first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Badash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim, her pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Bahashem El Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Bahashem El Shai, Lord will, fall upon all your houses. Amen. It's the brother Kwanawath from Phoenix, Arizona, Great Millstone Camp. Come back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson through the spirit and power. Yahweh Bahashem El Shai, Lord will. It is quick and straight to the point. Lord will, it is edifying, most importantly, right? But as you just heard, man, you got Snap EBT, outages going on across the country, man, right? And this is a dude, Dabu7, man. He posts a lot of good material and stuff like that, man. But this is the latest one that he posts, right? I think it popped up on my news feed or my notifications like earlier today, but this is what's going on, man. And I actually kind of want to go to that Down Detector that he was talking about to see, ultimately what, where he was looking, right? User reports indicate problems at Snap EBT, right? And then it gives you a little map, basically what's going on. Let me see if I can. Right, it's 5 minutes ago. Right. So it's back on, right? You see all these. Right, so it's back up, right? But nonetheless, this is what happened, right? They had problems, right? There was either, as it was saying, an outage or something happened in the system to where people were not able to use, their EBT cards, man, and a lot of people trip, man, especially Jake, right? Because a lot of people, most of the people that are on, EBT, right, or government assistance, period, man, is Jake, right? Jake is the one that's usually on these things, right? And man, these niggas out here, man. If they can't get their free money or they can't do this, that, and the third, and what happens, man? They get real ignorant, man. So to speak, right? But nonetheless, this is coming, right? And soon you're not going to be able to use EBT, man. Soon you're not even going to have it, man. Because the government is out here just dumping money into certain things, right? They're coming up with all these $270 million or 1 point something billion or 1 point something trillion dollar bills, right? Spending money that America does not have, man. Which will ultimately, we're not ignorant to these devices, right? We understand why these things are happening, right? So they can kill the dollar to bring in, a new form of currency, right? These CBDCs, right? Which will be attached to, that rice grain, right?
And who knows, man? They very well could, create a problem with, SNAP EBT, right? To ultimately link that to, and just to get rid of it and link it to your little rice grain as well, man. And even then, man, even if they don't, this is just speculation at the point. They very well could, but even if they don't, and when time of trouble comes, man, you're not gonna have the EBT, man. You're not gonna be able to go out there, all hell breaking loose, swipe that card, and get some free food, man. Because that's really what it is. The government is paying for it, right? Ultimately, taxpayers pay into the whatever. You pay the IRS. The IRS is part of the government. The government pays the EBT, this, that, and the third, right? So it's not necessarily free, but it's free money, right? Right. So this is what people have, man. They basically have free money, right? And it's not, it's not unrighteous to have it, but you shouldn't depend on that, right? You shouldn't depend on, not having, like, if you don't have EBT or you don't have this and the third, then ultimately your situation is kind of, shitty. But, however it happens, man, you should be always trying to, basically move up to where you can be able to, sustain yourself without it, right? But nonetheless, majority of Jakes have it, man. I want to grab this real quick. Just grabbing a few precepts, man, on the matter, man, because this is heavy, man. The fact that it went out, right? It very well could happen again, and soon could permanently happen, man. This 2 Timothy 3:1, it says, "This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come." Right, man. We're in those days, right? Where any type of event such as the one that happened now could pop off, affecting people from getting food, right? And then we also know that we're also in the time of famines, man. We're in the time of famine. We're in the time of shortage of water, shortage of food, right? All these things are taking place. And on top of prices going up, right? On top of you not being able to spend your money, well, you're screwed then, man, right? So with all these things, right, this is just one big ass pot full of problems, man. Which is one great, pot of basically destruction, man, right? If this goes out permanently, what's going to happen? Jake's not going to have, because again, this is mostly going to happen to Jake, man, right? Jake is most of the ones that are on EBT, right? So there is going to be all out lawlessness, man. Slakia, right? Slakia. It's going to be all lawlessness, man. So what you're going to see is people starting to, again, with this situation that's going on with EBT going out, let's say it goes out again, and let's say it goes out for a while, right? Hey, those people that use EBT and they get it once a month, obviously, right? Once a month, they're running out of food close to that time that they're supposed to ultimately, go to the store and re-up, using their EBT. And let's say they run out of food maybe a day or two before they have to go get food. Cool. They've had it for so long. They're in this routine where they can, just wait a day or two and we'll go get a whole bunch of food and we can eat, right? Well, let's say that card doesn't work, man. Let's say, all right, cool. We'll wait one more day, We'll wait one more day, this, that, and the third, or however it may be, right? You might have to spend, a little bit of the personal cash to get a little bit of food, you know what I mean? Or at least eat for that night or whatever it may be. Let's say it don't come the next day or the next day or the next day. What's going to happen? You're not going to have enough money to continue to do that, right? Especially our people. We're the poor and needy that the scripture talks about, man. We don't have money like that, man. And we're still subject to the curses, man, right? Especially Jake that lives in low income housing and this and the third. What's going to happen, man? Jake is going to get off their ass and go take that food, man. They're going to go take that food, right? And there was a thing that Tupac had said, man. It was a little quote. You know what I mean? You see a homeless man on the street, right? And he's sitting in front of this this restaurant, right? People coming in and out, and he's looking into the restaurant. He sees food, people handing out food, right? You're gonna see, it comes in stages, right? You sit in front of the stage, or you're sitting right in front of the door, singing, "We hungry, please us in. We hungry, please us in." you know, and then it moves up to the next stage, right? Then nobody's giving you food, right? You ain't got no food, right? So it just builds, right? You get to the next stage, we hungry, let us in, right? We hungry, let us in, right? You're getting more demanding, right? And then you get to the next stage, man, you know, you know, like give us some food before we do this, that, and the third, or whatever, right? And then you get to the last stage of fuck that shit. We're gonna actually take it, right? Picking the lock, coming through the door, blasting you, right? As he said, man, it was a cold little line, but still, man, you know, it's gonna get to that point where they're gonna get so hungry, you know, because they're not able to use their SNAP EBT, right? They don't have enough money to consistently buy a whole bunch of food or to spend money going out to eat every single day. What's gonna happen? They're gonna take the food, man. You know, these are the times that we are in, right? You already, again, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is sending the, matter of fact, let me grab this, right? We're in this time, right? 2nd Esdras 15 in verse 5, right? It says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, right? This place, the world is being plagued right now. It says what? The sword, famine, death, and destruction, right? And all these things are starting to come abroad a lot more, man. Right? The famines are getting stronger, man. Right? The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is turning these rivers, right, these lakes, into a wilderness, man. Drying them the fuck up, man. Right? There's no water, man. No crops are being fed. Right? Crops are dying, man, because there's no water. Right? Farmers can't sit here and constantly water these crops, right? Because in their water bill and taxes and so on and so forth, all these things are going up, man. Right? And then on top of that, there's no food coming in, man. You know, as far as, you know, outside source, right? Wheat, grain, consumer goods from other countries not coming in, man. Right? And if they are, they're going straight to the elites' bunkers, man. So they're stocking up food, man. Right? They don't give a shit about you regular people, right? So all these things are taking place, man. And it's going to get to a certain point where there's going to be complete lawlessness, right? That's 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, being played out right before your eyes, man. Let's go ahead and grab that real quick, right? I brought this out, you know, in my last lesson, you know, but nonetheless, this is the times that we're in, 2nd Esdras 15, and I'll start at verse 16, right? Just getting straight to the point, right? It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, right? Because, again, it's going to come to the point where people are just going to say, fuck it, I ain't got the money. Let me just, you know, run in there, right? Grab some things and run the fuck out, man. You know? Hey, fuck the cops. You know, fuck whatever, you know, whoever, you know, security, right? I'm just going to run in there and run out. And people are going to do this in droves, man. Right? It's not gonna, it might start off being 1, 2, 3, 4. It might, you know, and gradually get bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? At a time, man. 2 this day, 10 the next day, might be 3 or 4 the day after that, and then you got fucking 20, 30 people doing that after, you know? These are the times that we're vastly approaching, right? And again, it's gonna get real bad, right? People are gonna, you know, ultimately people are going to, you know, go get groceries because they got money, this and the third. They're gonna walk outside with cart full of food, right? Those that are not on EBT, right? Those that can afford that food, they're gonna walk outside, and somebody's gonna pull a gunpoint, right? This person who has a gun is probably one of those people that are living off of the EBT, right? That can't afford, they can't afford to, you know, buy a huge amounts of groceries, right? They can buy a little here, a little there, but let them have, you know, a large family, right? Because, you know, Jake be breeding like rabbits, man, you know? So let that happen. Hey, what's going to happen? You're going to gunpoint, take all that food and run off with it, man. Then that person's going to be asked out, right? It's all these things are just spiraling downhill, man. Times are getting worse, man. Yahweh Shem Shai is turning up that fucking heat, man. He's turning up that fucking heat, man. What are you going to do about it, man? It's all these things, bro. You could say, oh, it was just a power outage, whatever, or this, that, and the third, a system outage, whatever. Okay, but what if it happens again, man? Because it very well could happen again. If it went out one time across the United States, it very well could happen again, man. This wasn't a little small area, man. These were populated, highly populated areas, man. You had a little bit happen in Texas, very little, you know, but then you had the Bay Area in California, Los Angeles, New York City, right? Matter of fact, let's go back to see if we can See if we can look it up, right? And these are Ohio, right? Atlanta, Georgia, right? Right. Dabu 7 had a better. Let's go back. Okay, Carl, I give it right here, right? So Chicago, right? Washington D.C., right? New York City. Come on, man. These are high Jake areas too, man. Seattle, Washington, right? Tampa Bay, Florida, or Tampa, Florida, right? All these areas, or Detroit, right? All these areas are Jake areas, man. These are all high Jake areas, man. You know. So what do you and this is right here, man. This is judgment from Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. If this comes upon you as judgment from Yahweh Shemel Shah, let's grab this and then we'll go back to that and finish it out. Right? This is what is it? 1 Peter 4 and verse 17, right? This is Yahweh Shemel Shah bringing forth that judgment upon you, Jakes, man, right? Because you don't want to take heed, right? We're telling you these things are going to happen, right? How many times brothers been doing videos about 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, right? Famines, this and the third, right? Hundreds of thousands of times, man. There's thousands upon thousands of videos out there, starting with the elder apostles on down. Brothers doing videos about the coming famine, right? The coming destruction, right? The coming, this, that, and the third. All these different judgments that are coming, but yet you Jakes don't want to take heed, right? You can't say that you didn't hear it. It's Psalms the 19th chapter, man, right? Psalms the 19th chapter, man. That voice has been heard throughout the whole world, man. 1 Peter 4 and 17 says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. What's the house of the Most High, man? Israel, man. Right? It says, and if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? Right? And we understand what that answer is, man. It's going to be death and destruction, man. Right? Because for you to, to obey, and what first must come? You to be told something, right? For you to be told what to do, right? In order for you to be able to obey. And what is the Lord doing? He's sending his men out here to tell you what you need to do in order to avoid punishment, right? But what are you doing? You're disregarding it. You acting like it's not going to happen. You saying, oh, no, I'm good, right? Now what the Lord is doing, he's saying you were told, you were warned, and now that judgment is coming, right? Everything that the prophets, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah said it is to come, is coming, right? And there ain't shit you can do about it, right? It says, and if it begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? It's going to be death and destruction to y'all, man, right? And it ain't going to be a super fast process, right? It's going to be nice and slow and drawn out, man. It's going to be nice, slow, and drawn out, man. Let's go back. 2nd Ezra 15th chapter and verse 17, right? Because again, you people are going to be doing what, man? When you have no ability to buy no food, right? When all the government assistance gets shut the fuck off, right? And or simultaneously or right before or however it happens, right? You're laid off or you're fired or whatever, however it happens, right? You're not able to purchase no food. And not only that, but they're going to start setting up, these because they've already basically restructured how you can go and buy food, right? A lot of like Walmart, stuff like that. A lot of it is checkout, right? Checkout. There's not too many cashiers in these stores anymore, man, right? So what happens when they change that whole system to where you have to have the charagma, in order to buy food, man, and you don't have it? And they're not accepting cash or they're not accepting regular debit cards, right? You have to have the actual, the thingy to buy food. And what's going to happen? There's going to be lawlessness, man. Even before that moment, man. Because again, 2nd Ezra 6th chapter, verse 20 or verse 22 tells you that what, man? That these storehouses are suddenly going to appear empty, right? So those stores that have even a little bit of food left, what's going to happen? People are going to, they're going to try and fight to get that food, man. This is the times that we're coming into, right? And that's gonna have outside forces coming in to establish that order, right? Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, right? Here's the point, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? Scriptures say also in 2 Peter 6 and 23 that friends shall fight one another like enemies, man, right? So we're talking about friends, we're talking about direct, like, neighborhood neighbors, right? Anybody that's in your vicinity, man, that has food. If you don't have food and you have a family, or if it's just you, don't matter, right? You're gonna say, fuck you, I'm taking your food, right? And if it comes to, the blows, or comes to, death, that's gonna have to take place, man. These are the fucking times that we are in, man, right? It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, right? People kicking in your houses, right? People breaking into your cars, right? And there was a movie. Damn, what is that movie called? It's called Refugee, right? It has I can't remember the actor's name, man. I think it's called American Refugee, right? American Refugee. It's where there's Jake. All hell breaks loose, right? He tries to go. He lives out in the country, right? He takes a car. Just to give you a little summary of it, right? He takes a car, or a picture of a scene, right? He takes his car, goes back into the city to get his wife's friend, and what happens? She comes down, and her garage opens up. Dude's waiting in his car so she can follow in her car right back to his spot. The garage door opens, and she's about to pull out, and you see two Edomites come up, and what do, man? They basically tell her to get out the car. She didn't want to get out the car. Dude, as soon as she started the car, dude shot through the car, killed her ass. What do? They bust open her windows and start raiding her fucking car, man. Right then and there, man. All hell was breaking loose. People were running. People were getting killed in the streets, this and the third. This is a time that we're coming into, man. That's a good movie, man. You should, if you haven't seen it, go and watch. I think it's called American Refugee. I know it says refugee in it, but I'm pretty sure it has like American flag type of title looking, but it says American Refugee, right? But these are the times that we're coming into, man. All hell's gonna break loose, right? Continue reading verse 19. It says, and spoil their goods, right? It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, right? With his guns, right? It says, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation, right, man? No food, right? Or not being able to obtain food, right? But needing food. Hey, man, it's getting crazy out here, man. Right? All you people are going to have to go through this, man. This is why it's called Jacob's trouble, man. Right? All Israel is going to have to go through this. The only difference is that the elect are the ones that are going to be good, man. Because when the Lord called, they heard, man. And they listened to that call, man. Yahushua knocking on their door. Do. What do? They open up that door, man. They looked at little people, saw it was Yahushua, and opened the door. Right? Because Jake, man. Jake, who is it, behind before they opened the door, man? They saw it was Yahushua, got interested, opened the door, he started supping with him, man. A lot of you Jakes, you hear that door pounding, boom, 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 will sit on your couch and yell, who is it? Right? And still won't even get your fat ass up and open the damn door, man. Right? So when this shit hits the fan, you fucking Israelites, you 2/3 are gonna get caught in this bullshit, man. Right? It's gonna hit you full fucking force, man. And what does it say? Look, you're gonna be bowed down to the slaughter, man. Let's grab that. Isaiah 65, right? Isaiah 65, starting to verse 12, right? It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, right? Meaning you 2/3, right? And the sword comes by way of famine, right? Plagues, pestilence, right? It'll come by Esau, Edom coming and bringing his sword. And it doesn't matter, man. It could be storm and tempest. However, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai deems you to be taken out, that's how you're going to be taken out, man. The sword is symbolic for many different types of judgment, man, right? It says, therefore I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, right? Every single last one of you 2/3 is going to be bowed down by the slaughter, man. If you escape the famines, right? If you escape Esau, Edom, and what's going to happen, man? A missile's going to fucking hit you smack dab in the back of your forehead, man. Right? And you're going to burn with that fire, man. Either way, you will, which is another form of the sword, right? The ICBM nuclear missiles, right? You can read that in Isaiah the 34th chapter, man. Saki, I might be wrong. I think it's Isaiah 35. Matter of fact, I don't want to be wrong, man. I'm pretty sure it's Isaiah 34 in verse 7, right? Verse 5, Saki, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my cursed judgment. Right, that's Isaiah 34th chapter, going into his ICBM nuclear missile. Slucky. I didn't want to, misquote where it's at, right? So going back to Isaiah the 65th chapter, verse 65, it says, therefore I number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter, right, man? Meaning you're gonna be killed very gruesomely, right? It says, because when I called, ye did not answer. And the Lord's calling, through his prophets, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai speaks through the ministry of his prophets, Hosea 12 and 10, man. It says, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes and did choose that wherein I delighted not, right, man? Meaning what? Following after the ways of the heathen, continue to be wicked, right? Continue to engage in all different, forms and fashions of abominable acts, right? Eating abominable foods, and so on and so forth. Just being wicked as hell, man. Even though the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai specifically warned you, right? If you continue on that path, what's going to happen? You will be destroyed, right? No matter how. And clearly the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai has been given many, many, many examples, man. A family member will die gruesomely, right? Or out of the fucking blue. You know what I mean? A very horrible way, man. They go and take that icky vicky and they die the next day, right? Or they go and they've been living a life of wickedness. Out of all the fucking blue, they die, and it's of cancer. Nobody knew they had cancer, right? They get in a bad car crash, right? And they get smushed between two cars, man. Or they're walking a sidewalk, and what happens? A car comes out of fucking nowhere and just clips them. Boom! Smack their head on the ground, they dead. It don't matter. Or they get into a plane, the plane crashes, right? Many different ways the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai could do it, but nonetheless, he's showing you people judgment, man. Just like what happened in Texas, I think it was 2 years ago, 2020, right? What happened? A great fucking blizzard came upon Texas. You had dudes freezing at the bus stop, freezing in their car to get warm. People dying of that, what is that? Dying of the, I can't remember that gas that comes out your exhaust, right? Because they didn't crack their freaking garage a few inches and let the exhaust escape, right? Because they were sitting in their cars, right, trying to get warm. And what happened? What happened? I think it's carbon monoxide poisoning, man. They died of that, man. I could be wrong, right? As far as the gas that was there, man. But they died in their cars, man. Right? Their car's still running. Right? All these different things have taken place, man. Giving you examples. Hey, the Lord did this, man. Brothers doing videos saying, hey, the Lord did this, man. What is it? Isaiah the 45th chapter, man. He said, I killeth and I maketh alive. The Lord's doing these things, man. But yeah, you jakes don't want to listen. You don't want to hear. You just want to continue to go about your wicked ass ways, man. That's okay. You ain't got to listen, man. Keep that same fucking energy, man. When all hell breaks loose, don't try to come to the prophets, man. Don't try to come running to the prophets. I mean, you are. It's prophesied that you are. Amos the 8th chapter, right? Beginning at the 11th verse, man. Right? You're gonna be searching for the word of the Lord, man. And it comes by way of the prophet. You're gonna be searching for the prophets, but you ain't gonna find them, man. Right? So because you don't want to take heed, all these judgments are gonna come upon you, man. Verse 13 says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai power, behold, my servant shall eat. Those that took heed, man. Those that are part of the elect that are trying to make their call of election sure. In this time, man, knowing and seeing these things that are about to come abroad, man, and preparing, right, spiritually, most importantly, mentally, physically, right, and come on, man, those are the ones that are gonna eat, right, and it might not be a whole bunch, it might not be a lot, hey, but guess what? It's gonna be a lot more than what you people are eating, than what the 2/3 are eating, right? They could eat absolutely nothing, man. Whereas the elect got a pack of crackers and a couple water bottles, man, for them and their family. But nonetheless, guess what? It's still more than what 2/3 got, man. And this is speculation on quantity. As far as what the Most High is going to give us. We don't know, man. We don't know, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai can fill our bellies, man. We don't necessarily know, man. Right? We just have examples of the Lord in the time of famine, going back to Elijah, man. Right? Where the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai ultimately, guided him through the Spirit, to a place that had water, right? And what happened? The ravens gave him his meat in the morning and in his flesh at night, right? His flesh in the morning and flesh at night, man. So the Lord fed him, man. And we're going to see miracles like that start to happen for the elect in the coming days, man. Right? But nonetheless, they're going to eat, man. Right? It says, but ye shall be hungry. Who's going to be hungry? 2/3, man. Right? And the rest of the nations that are having to go through the this terrible time that's coming, man. They're all going to starve, man. And what's going to happen? Cannibalism is going to take hold of them, man, as prophesied in the scriptures, man. Isaiah and Jeremiah talked about it, man. Right? Was it Isaiah the 9th chapter, Jeremiah the 19th chapter? Right? Talking about how people are going to eat their whether their children or themselves or their neighbors or however it may be, man. Cannibalism is going to take hold of you, man. Right? The elect ain't going to have to go through that, man. That's something that's not for the elect, man. That's for those that are wicked, man. Right? As we read in, Sirach the 39th chapter, man. Those spirits created for vengeance, man. Right? As well as other situations such as famine, right? Earthquake, pestilence, right? All these things are created for the wicked, man. They're not created for the righteous, where the righteous are going to skate right through that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. I say skate through it, right? But ultimately, it's not going to be easy, but they're going to get through it, man. Because they're part of the elect, man. They're ultimately foreordained to overcome that time through the blood of Yahweh Shai and through the testimony, man. Right? It says, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty, right? Because again, we're going through a mega drought right now, man. Right? But again, that one account, and you can go into it, right? I think it might be 1st or 2nd Kings, the 6th chapter, right? Talking about that famine that Elijah went through, right? And I could be wrong. It could be, matter of fact, let me. No, it's in Kings. Slakia, man. Yeah, it was 1 Kings the 17th chapter, right? And you can start at verse 1 and go and read down, man. But it ultimately goes into, matter of fact, I'll just read it. I'm already here, man. 1 Kings the 17th chapter. And verse 1, it says, Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, power of Israel, liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan, right? So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, through his spirit, ultimately guided him to a place where he can, drink some water, right? Be hydrated, right? It says, and it shall be that thou shalt drink, verse 4, and it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there, right? So he went and did it. So he went and did according to the word of the Lord, for he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith that is before Jordan, right? So he had a place to drink, right? Or he had some, something to drink. Verse 6, and the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook, right? So he was able to eat. He was able to drink, man. He was taken care of, man. And this is a man of the Lord, man. Right? You don't have stories of where the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai ultimately fed the wicked, man. In the time of trouble, he didn't feed them, man. He let them die, man. Right? He gave them over to whatever situation that was at hand, man. Whether it be, outside sources coming in and besieging the city or whatever it may be, or there literally be a famine in the land, man. He gave them up to whatever it may be, man. Or pestilence, right? But the elect, right? Those that trusted in Yahweh Shemel Shai, especially in this time, man, are always going to be protected, man. Have always been fed, have always eaten, man. Right? You can go yourself and read the rest of that, read the rest of that chapter. Going back to Isaiah 65 verse 13, I'll start from the top again. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai Power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? Because the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai said what, man? You know, in that day, Ezekiel 33 and 33, man, then ye shall know that there have been a prophet among you, right? Right? And the Lord very well could, right? Speculation, but the Lord very well could have you remember, you know, that you were told and warned of what was to come, but yet you didn't, right? Right. And it could be last minute, right when you're about to die, right? Seconds right before you're about to die, and you remember. Or it could be that he throws that memory in every second of every minute that you're going through the shit, man, right? Oh, fuck, I was told, you know, damn, man, you know what I mean? Fuck, man. You know, you feel ashamed the whole time, and every time that you take a bite of whatever you're taking a bite of, whether it be, you know, your last bite of, you know, food, or every, you know, when that cannibalism takes hold, every bite that you take, man, of whoever it may be, right, as far as person, because that's what cannibalism is, right, person eating a person, right, every bite that you take, you remember that. You remember the prophet said, you know, that cannibalism was going to come upon you, right? But you just can't stop eating it, right? You're just so hungry, right? The Lord intensifies that hunger and makes you eat that human, man, right? We don't know. This is all speculation, man. It very well could happen, man, you know? But you're going to be ashamed, man. You're going to be ashamed. You're going to have that shame inside in your mind, man. You're going to feel it, right? Continuing on, verse 14, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart. Right? Why? Because, hey, you know, when those miracles get done, hey, we're going to know, hey, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai is doing this for us, man. That we did everything that we could. And guess what? The Lord is only going to do those things for the elect in those times, man. Right? Only going to do those things for the elect in those times, man. Nobody else is going to receive of those, you know, those blessings, man, right? Everybody else is going to be asked out, right? It says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit, man, right? Because you're not going to be able to escape the shit that's coming, man. Not at all, not once, man. And you people are screwed, man. And again, the prophets are out here warning you of these things, man. You know, and it behooves you to take heed, right? Take heed while you can, man. Matter of fact, let me grab this. Isaiah 55 and verse 6, right? It says, seek ye the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, right, man? Because the gates of mercy are still open, man. And these situations haven't hit the fan to where all these things are coming to pass right now, man. Right? You can still go buy food, right? Your EBTs are still working. As we read the comment section. It's up and back and working again, right? But you don't know if it can happen again tomorrow and it permanently off, man. Right? You don't know that, man. Right? So if you're one of these people that situation happened to and it was kind of a little nerve-wracking, hey, well, think about it, man. Now, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai very well could have used that as a, hey, you better get ready. Hey, you better get right. Otherwise, I'm taking this shit away from you. Right? And if you don't, what's going to happen? Now the shit's gone. Now you're asked out. Now the situation around you is getting worse. Right? And now all these things that were just told to you, right, are coming about right now, man. You don't know. Right? So it behooves you to take heed right now. Right? Call upon Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai. The name Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's name, man. You know who the world ignorantly calls God. God is just a title, man. He's ruler, king, and judge, and he's the ultimate of all those things, man. Right? And his only beloved begotten son's name, Yahweh Shai, man. You know, which is our Lord and Savior, right? The one the world ignorantly calls JC, right, or Jesus Christ, man. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, man, right? And that's the ancient Paleo Hebrew, man, not the modern Hebrew, right? Right? They'd be saying Yeshua, and, you know, Yeshai, and all of a sudden, no, man, it's Yahweh Shai, man, right? Put some respect on his name, man, right? So you got to call upon those names, man. In order to Lord will be delivered, man. You have to have the names, man. Right? Proverbs 30 and 4, man. You know, what is his name? What is his son's name, if thou can tell, man? Right? Hey, but seek the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai, while he may be found. Otherwise, your ass is grass in the time to come, man. Right? So that's all I really got to a spirit, man. Lord will was edifying. Lord will, straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua, Ba'ashim, Rachakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who ruled very well, very beautifully. I want to say shalom to next time.